Hang on just a second here. Check, check. Ah, there we go. Okay, what's going on, Fizz Nation? Happy New Year. Happy January. My audio looked like it was messing up there for a second there, but yeah, like we are now coming through. Now, got just a few viewers here coming through. Welcome. Missed you guys. Happy New Year. 2025 is basically in full swing, and a lot of crazy stuff has happened so far. Obviously, it's been a crazy month weather-wise. It's been a crazy month just, society-wise. Lots of things going on, and I got to tell you, Fizz Nation, I wanted to be back doing stuff on this channel 2 weeks ago. Like that was my original goal, was to get back doing stuff on this channel the second week of January. But like I said, just life has been lifing. Like we hit the ground running when it came to 2025. I mean, I was ringing in the new year with my family down south, and it was nice and warm. And then I stepped off the plane to get back to the real world after my time spent down with them, and there was a foot of snow on the ground. So, and then that snow that was on the ground, like the first week of January, is still there because the temperature has not gotten above freezing um, more than like a day or two at a time ever since. So, and then it's just been more snow and more craziness. And immediately hit the ground running with a big project at work that I've been assigned, that I've been trying to kind of get all of my ducks in a row for. And DC Rock, Fizz Nation alive in the Midwest. Welcome. And so I basically, needless to say, have been busier this January than I think I've been in any January in recent years gone by. So um, finally got a hold of some stuff that I wanted to show you guys, and was just wanting to kind of figure out exactly the best way to do that. And from what I can tell, um, this is probably the first actual review. I haven't hardly seen any reviews on what we're going to be talking about today. So, like I said, first week of January, I'm back home, and I start getting ads on Instagram for a new soft drink brand that I'd never heard of before, which is exactly how I found out about Rad Soda last year, the big surprise probiotic soda that we got last year. That was the first time I'd ever seen that, and that showed up as an Instagram ad for me. And so I see this and I go looking into it, and apparently it's been out for just a couple of months, but it hasn't been uh, all that particularly excuse me, it hasn't been all that particularly well known yet. So as far as I know, I might be the first reviewer to actually take a look at this. It's called SunSip. Now let me show you a can here. This is a new probiotic flavor. It's a new probiotic brand from a company called Health Aid. Health-aid.com is the website, and I will post a link to that in the description later on. But Kirkland says he can't hear me. Can you hear me now, sir? At first I wasn't really seeing much, but looks of it should be back up and running right now. Real quick, I'm going to do a sort of streaming no-no. I'm going to go ahead and add unnecessary audio into Yeah, okay, so I am actually there. Um, Now, I was having some technical difficulties at the very beginning of this whole thing. I haven't done this in several months. The one thing that I have learned about, live video production is don't just assume that it's always going to work just because it works. Test stuff that you're going to. So, let's get a look at it. I got a couple of comments on Facebook get to before we get this party started. You know how we do. Um, there's my chat. Okay. Fizz Daddy and the Hizzy. What do you say, Ricky? How you doing, man? Thank you for checking us out again. As I've mentioned in previous streams, Ricky, who's in Facebook chat, is the guy who created the name Fizz Nation for our community. So we always give him his flowers when we can. Um, Trevor, are you excited for Dr. Pepper Blackberry? I haven't found it in North Carolina yet. I have spent every single day of the past week going to all the stores in this area at least once trying to find it. Um, I am aware of a Walmart that's about 2.5 hours south of where I live that has it. And if I don't find it within the next couple of days here, I might take a road trip on a day off. I decided if I'm going to make that trip yet, but I mean, I do want to get my hands on that. And there's another flavor that I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on. It's a new Pepsi flavor. It's a cherries and cream, cherry cream flavor, and apparently that just showed up at my local Walmart. Got a guy Kirkland who watching um says that he found that earlier today. So I'm gonna go out on a adventure here before too terribly much longer, rather maybe later on after the stream, or tomorrow on my way to work or from work, and see if I can find that, because I want to try both of those. Those are like two of my most anticipated flavors right now, is getting my hands on those. I want to make sure that because I'm already starting to see people online saying that they have found it. I'm trying to avoid reading what people have to say about it, because I want to be surprised with these sorts of new flavors. But yeah, we're hitting, like I said, that's another reason that I say we're hitting the ground running when it comes to flavors this year, because there's a lot of stuff coming out in the first half of the year that I really want to get my hands on and try for you guys. So, excuse me. So that's actually part of what we're here to do today. SunSip is a new probiotic soda brand, like I mentioned earlier, that is made by a company called Health-Ade. Now, Health-Ade already manufactures like kombuchas and like teas and stuff like that. So they've got a bunch of stuff that that I've never seen before or tried before, and they are again another brand that is new to me. But we're all about the soft drinks on this channel, with a few exceptions here and there. So that's why I wanted to get. So I got on their website and wanted to see what I could get my hands on, and they have like the biggest variety pack they have is like 5 flavors. Like it's all 5 flavors that they currently make. And they'll sell it to you for like they're 12 cans. Now the price tag's a little bit steep. It's like $30 to have a case of these delivered. But I found it to be worth it, because it gave me content for you guys. Now, whether or not it'll be worth it as far as taste is concerned, that's going to be up for us to decide here today in the Fizz Nation. And so that is going to bring us to the content that you guys are here to see. Let's introduce you to all 5 flavors that we got a hold of. I've already shown you this. This is the cherry cola, and I think I'm going to try this one last, actually, because I love a good cola. I love a good cherry cola. So, as you know, cheer wine. So cherry cola. You were on my Instagram reels or my YouTube shorts earlier this week. You've already seen these flavors, but we're going to go over them again because you guys are here. Thank you for being here, by the way. Um, So we've got the cherry cola, we've got strawberry vanilla. Also looking forward to that one. Got lemon lime, so this is going to be like your Sprite or your Starry or whatever. We've got raspberry lemonade. I'm actually really looking forward to trying this one because I don't know if I've ever had a soda with this flavor before. And I'm missing one. Oh, there it is. Root beer. We've got a root beer. And I like a good root beer, although it's not my first choice, but I do like them. So, we've noticed a bigger presence in the probiotic healthy soda market in the past few years. We've got Olipop, we've got Poppy, we tried Rad last year. Now we've got SunSip, and there's a few other brands that are not immediately leaping to mind that come to this. So the thing about this is they are supposed to only have like there's not they're not like zero sugar, but like they've got uh very very light sugar. Sorry about that. I'm trying to avoid getting a cold right now. I already had the flu in fall. I'm trying not to be dealing with any of that right now. But their deal is their prebiotic. They've got vitamins like C, B6, and B12. I do not know what all those vitamins do or what they're supposed to be. Vitamins, minerals, and they've got no stevia, so they're not like artificially flavored. So it's like it says 5 grams of sugar per can. So ultimately these are supposed to, they're supposed to be healthier for you. They're supposed to be, but they're supposed to taste, more like a regular soda as opposed to like a sparkling water. I love a good sparkling water as well. My favorite sparkling water brand is Bubbly, Bubly. Pepsi makes it, and I do like to go through those. So yeah, Kirkland is telling me that he found them at a local Walmart. He actually texted me directly. And he also loves, yes, Cheerwine. Cheerwine is my favorite soda of all time, as I mentioned. So let's go ahead and get into the content that you guys are here to see. Now, I think I'm gonna go ahead and try my my least anticipated flavor, lemon lime, just because we all know what that's supposed to taste like. It's not particularly unique. We've been drinking Sprite for years, drinking Starry for a couple of years, Sierra Mist before that. You know what this is supposed to taste like. So, you know what time it is. We're gonna do this for every one of these flavors. We're gonna go ahead and pop the top, give the old sniff test, see what it tells us. Yep, that smells like your classic lemon lime scent, lemon lime flavor. There's not really a lot of there's not really a lot of wiggle room for this flavor. It's you either have it or you don't. It smells citrusy, definitely. It smells like a grapefruit peel. Like if I had a grapefruit peel, I peeled a grapefruit. It smells kind of like the little oils that spray out when you're peeling that thing. That's kind of what that's. Okay, so all the farther the sniff test is going to get us, so you know what time it is. Time to grab our trusty glass without ice. Hang on. I'm going to have to add ice in real time to every one of these because there are, again, 5 flavors. And everyone's going to get their own glass because I don't like to mix flavors if I can avoid it. So, trusty glass with ice. Give it the old pour, and let's go ahead and get a look at it. Okay, look at that. So, there's some good carbonation in this. Sometimes the probiotic and prebiotic sodas that I've tried kind of, lack in the carbonation department, but this is like carbonation that's kind of sticking around. Look at that. Hey, look at that. As far as the color is concerned, I mean, it's not exactly transparent like you get with like Sprite or Starry. Like there's a little bit of translucence there, kind of like a milky, almost very very light green, yellow green kind of thing going on here. So, maybe those are the vitamins and minerals that they're advertising to. All right, we have smelled it. and we have seen it. So you know what time it is. Time to go ahead and toss it back and see how it tastes. So Fizz Nation, for the first time in 2025, here's to you. Oh, okay. Okay, this is interesting. So I've tasted something similar to this before. It's almost like I mean, it kind of tastes like a diet soda. Like it's refreshing. It's got a refreshing kind of crispiness to it, like you get with like a Sprite. The lemon lime is definitely a present flavor. It's but it does kind of taste almost a little bit watered down in the sense, and that would be attributable to that you could attribute that to, like, you know, the fact that it's sort of like a diet soda, as far as flavor is concerned. Um, DC Rock says it looks like Squirt. That's exactly what it looks like. That's what I was trying to think of. Squirt. I haven't had that in a minute, and it kind of does. It's not like just like lemon lime flavor. It kind of does have a little bit of grapefruit to it. Like, I don't know if that's what they were going for, but it kind of is giving a little bit of grapefruit flavor. Wait a minute. Hang on. You know how, like, you try a soda sometimes and you say that it kind of tastes like cough syrup? Like some people have said with like cherry sodas, beer wine, and stuff like that. I think this might be the first time I've ever tried a lemon lime soda that kind of tastes like cough syrup. More specifically, Theraflu. And y'all ever had Theraflu when you were sick? You have to make it hot. I mean, this is like you make it with like hot water, and it's supposed to have, like, you know, lemon flavor, and it's supposed to kind of soothe, and when you're drinking it, that's kind of what this is tasting like cold carbonated Theraflu, um, except without sickness. So that's what it's got going for it. But as far as the flavor is concerned, it's good. Like 5 grams of sugar in a can, so it's not overly sweet, but it does taste like a diet soda. You know, some people are gonna like that, and other people will not. But I do like it. I don't love it. I think Starry is a better flavor. I think Sprite is a better flavor. I think Squirt is a better flavor, but it's still a good flavor. I'm gonna give the lemon lime SunSip 3 out of 5 sips. Like, it's good, but I don't like that it reminds me of Theraflu. And that's just my opinion. You know, if you ever get a chance to try this, I'd love to know yours. But I'm gonna go ahead and give this 3 out of 5 sips. All right. So, not bad. Not knocking my socks off by any means, but it is a passable, workable lemon lime flavor that, you know, is refreshing when you're drinking it. I could definitely spend some time on the front porch whenever, you know, there's no snow out there, drinking one of these. But not the first lemon lime flavor that I'm going to reach for. But not bad. All right, so that's lemon lime. Now, I think I want to try. I want to try the raspberry vanilla, raspberry lemonade next, because that's something. That's a flavor that I can really get behind. Like, this is unique. I don't know that I've ever actually had a flavor of this type in like any other soda before, unless it's been like a sort of um. I think Sunkist made something similar to this a couple of years, but I think that was strawberry lemon. I think that was right. Take a look at some. Take a look at some content comments here. Ricky asking about the sugar content. Yeah, 5 grams of sugar per can. And then vomit emoji. So yeah, I get that you're probably not happy about the Theraflu aspect of things, which fair. Theraflu always kind of reminds me of sickness. That's what it's designed to help with. Kirkland, completely unrelated. Let me actually this or actually read it out, put it on the air here. Everything Apple is for and Windows in my me being a technical professional. Take that for whatever. But sorry. I think I would like to go ahead and try the raspberry lemonade next because, like I said, interesting sounding flavor. So let's go ahead and pop the top and let's give it the old sniff test and see what it tells us initially. One of my favorite sounds in the universe is the popping of a soda can. Ooh, raspberry. Immediately raspberry. Like, that is unmistakable and uncanny. Uncanny. Sorry. Please don't cancel me. Please don't cancel me. I'm going to stop. I promise. Raspberry. Definitely got some raspberry flavor here. That is absolutely unmistakable. And I'm not initially detecting any lemonade yet, but I'm sure I will taste it more than I smell it. Because now we're going to get into the area of how well balanced of a flavor is it. When you're dealing with like multiple flavors represented in the actual title of the flavor, you know that there's multiple flavors involved. How well will they mix it? How well will they balance it? Is one going to outweigh the other? Those are all the questions that this brain thinks about whenever I'm trying a new soft drink flavor. So, sniff test only gets us so far. As always, let me go ahead and grab more ice for my next cup. All right, time to give it the old pour. Let's get a look at it. Okay, that's about what I expected it to look like. Like a pink lemonade. This one is a lot more clear than the lemon lime, though. This one, you can actually see through this. Look at that. Got this pink rosé color, which is what I was expecting. But I wonder why they chose to make the lemon lime more cloudy versus, lemonade, raspberry lemonade, which is more clear. I'm wondering what their thoughts were with the formulation there. So, all right. Seen it, we smelled it. Time to taste it. Here's to you. Definitely a lot more raspberry flavor in this than lemon flavor. Like there is a slight citrus edge to it. The raspberries up here, this is kind of one of those things that I guess it depends on the flavor, but I often dock points for when, one flavor that's supposed to, there's like 2 flavors that are supposed to enhance the mix. One flavor's up here and another's kind of here. Raspberry's all the way up here. Lemonade is kind of down, here. There's a bit of an imbalance there. I often kind of doubt points for that because I want better represent. Again, and it also depends just on what the flavors are. But for something that is a raspberry lemonade, I feel like I would want to be able to taste the lemonade, right? Like I'd want to taste the flavor, both flavors. I would want to taste them both at the same time. Like I said, there is citrus notes here, but they're here, right? And raspberry is very much the star of the show. It does also taste like a diet soda. It's kind of got that almost slightly watered down effect, just like the lemon lime did. But I don't hate that because if you like diet soda, I like diet soda. Most diet soda. I don't care for Pepsi Zero sugar. That I don't care for that. Diet Pepsi I like, which is weird because when it comes to like the Coke side of things, I prefer Coke Zero Sugar over Diet Coke. Most people give me a lot of flack for that because a lot of people are like actually addicted to Diet Coke. It's a phenomenon. I've actually seen videos about it. People have done studies on it. Um, but the kind of almost watered down nature, and the reason that it tastes watered down is because it's not overly sweet. Again, 5 grams of sugar. So, um, I think I won't take any points off for the diet tasting nature of it because it is we know that it is basically a diet soda, but I don't know that I can give it a full mark because it's not a very well balanced flavor. You may as well have not advertised raspberry lemonade. You may as well have just you may as well have just advertised a raspberry soda because that's essentially what this is. It's a diet raspberry soda. Good, but it feels incomplete. It that's kind of what I'm thinking here. Is it feels incomplete. It didn't feel particularly well executed. Good idea, and if they would have done a better job of mixing the flavors, I think we would have come out with a different outcome here. But I'm also going to go ahead and give. Actually, no, I'm going to go ahead and give this one 4 out of 5 sips because I actually do like the flavor better than the lemon lime offering. But I'm not going to give it the full 5 out of 5 because it's not very well balanced. I'm going to go with 4 out of 5 on this. Get some comments here. Ricky wants to know what specific probiotics or vitamins are in the mix. I've got a data sheet here. Let me pull it up real quick. I think I said it wrong. It says prebiotics, although it doesn't say exactly what prebiotics it is. The vitamins are C, B6, and B12. The minerals are ZN, that's zinc, and SE. I do not know what that is. There might be a more in-depth data sheet here, but right now all I am finding is just that initial sheet. Is that helpful to you, Ricky? Like I said, I will also pin. Actually, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna put a comment in the chat for. I'm gonna put a comment in the chat for website. Correct. Put that in the chat. Autocorrect is hellbent on correcting it to health add ADD aid. That's what it is. Healthaid.com. Ricky, I drink vitamin water. I think it has a specific taste because of the vitamins in it. Drinks have that taste. That might actually be it, honestly, because it does have sort of like a weird, you know how like energy drinks have a sort of kind of weird sharpness to them in a sense, with an aftertaste that's kind of bitter. That's kind of what I'm getting with these, but I think it is slightly different from like an energy drink. And as far as like vitamin water itself, I don't really drink vitamin water so much as like soda water, like a bubbly or a LaCroix or something like that. So, and I know those don't really have like a lot of extra vitamins in them. It's just, you know, lightly flavored to kind of wean people off soda dependency, I think is kind of, you know, and that's why I drink them because when I was When I was younger, I drank a lot more soda than I drink these days, which is ironic because I'm on a YouTube channel reviewing sodas. Everything in moderation, my friends. Everything in moderation. Um, yeah, that's the website for where I found these, and they do have a little bit more detailed information, but I cannot quite remember where I found that on the website. I don't want to go too crazy with that on the stream right now because you guys are here to see me test these and taste these. But I know that the information is there. I think there's a nutrition. Share my screen with you guys. I'd like to do that. But yeah, 4 out of 5 for the raspberry lemonade because there's 404 lemonade not detected. I try next. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try the strawberry vanilla next. We're we're so far we've tried 2 out of 5. Let's go ahead and make 3 strawberry vanilla because this I'm really looking forward to because as you will remember 2 years ago, Dr. Pepper put out a strawberries and cream flavor, right? And it won my flavor of the year for 2023. Now, I'm not fully expecting this to, rival Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream. But I do like a good strawberry flavor in a soft drink or in pretty much anything except for, like, I don't know, places where it doesn't belong. Some people try and, like, chop up strawberries to put in salad. I don't get that. I know some people swear by it, but I don't get that. Not that I eat a lot of salad. But somebody would serve me, like, a chicken and strawberry salad. And I'm sitting there being like, how's this supposed to work? Right? Like, want to eat a chicken salad or do I want to eat anyway, that's a tangent. Y'all, I have ADD and I think I've shared this with you. Or my brain will just go off on a tangent if I'm gonna go ahead and reel it back in and let's go ahead and pop the top, see what it smells. Okay, all right. Now that smells really good. That is a very good. I can already smell the strawberry, and there is definitely kind of like a vanilla note to that. I could detect them both. So we are already off to a better start with this one. Yeah, I smelled that immediately. And it smells good. Yeah, this is one of the the car, how I will like sometimes reference like if they made a car air freshener that smelled like this, I would buy it. It's right here. All right, well, now I'm excited about this one, so go ahead and get some ice in this. Oh, great, it's starting to melt. I wish it would do this outside. Melt. All right, here's our trusty glass with ice. Get a look at this strawberry vanilla flavor. Again, good carbonation. Is this the same color? His Nation, is this the same color? I think this is darker. I think this is a darker pink. I don't think this is the same color as the raspberry lemonade. Guess saying. Strawberry vanilla is the one I've been looking forward to. I think B12 has an odd taste in drinks. Kind of did have a bit of an odd taste. Spring, where are you? About a month out. And I'm counting down the days. All right, so strawberry vanilla. We've seen it. We've smelled it. It smelled good. Now let's see how good it tastes. Here's to you. This is pretty good. Okay, so strawberry flavor is not as strong tasting as it was smelling. It doesn't taste as strong as it's. The vanilla notes are subtle, but they're there. Um, I think what's kind of more noticeable here is the fact that, like the two before it, it does taste kind of watered down because it is in fact diet. Um, the B12 might have, one of those kind of might be contributing to sort of like a sharp edge to the flavor. Like, not sweet, but I also don't want to say that it's the bitter, because I don't know that I would call it bitter. I think I would just refer to it as sort of just a sharp edge. Like, it's kind of right on the edge of the flavor, but you notice it. But the strawberry flavor tastes artificial. Like, it doesn't taste like a natural strawberry flavor. Which, I mean, it's kind of hard to capture that. And especially when you're not using a lot of sugar to sweeten it, kind of is almost a little bit more dull than pronounced. It smells better than it tastes. I feel like 3.5 would be too low, but 4.5, it's not quite earned that. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one 3.5 out of 5 sips. Just because I feel like it's, again, not particularly balanced. Like, there's vanilla notes are very subtle. They're there, but they're very subtle. You kind of have to wait to detect them. And the strawberry flavor is not particularly pronounced of a flavor. I don't dislike it, but I don't love it. I think 3.5 out of 5 sips is where I'm going to go with it. Not mad. I'm just disappointed. Nah, it's not that deep. All right, 3.5 out of 5. Let's look at the comments here. Double A Ron, welcome to the chat, my guy. Look, just a hair darker. Yeah, I do think it was. Well, now that I'm looking at it side by side, this is the raspberry lemonade, and this is strawberry vanilla. I think the raspberry is actually a little slightly tiny bit darker than the strawberry. Nothing new there. Let's see. We are down to two. Down to two left to try. So, I think let's go ahead and do the root beer. Now, the root beer, I'm holding this to a very high standard. Because if you do root beer wrong, there's no coming back from that. There's a very specific expectation that I have when it comes to root beer, right? I'm showing my age here, all right? Y'all remember back in like the early 2000s, been alive that long, some of you have not, but if you've been alive long enough, you might remember that A&W Root Beer ran an ad campaign, sort of a series of commercials for their root beer, where they were like thick-headed, like, and they would show examples of people making absolute fools of themselves because they were just thick-headed. They didn't get it in social situations. One specific that I thought was hilarious, where like, it was this guy who like looking at the bills, and he was like, $300 for a massage. I don't remember a massage. And the joke is that he like doesn't get that his like all the signs are there that his wife's cheating on him, but he doesn't get it because he's like blissfully oblivious. And like it ends with like him in his, honey, I'm watching the tape from my bachelor party. Get in here. That was embarrassing. And then like he's laughing, and the stamp comes in, thick headed. You know, nothing compares to the thick taste of a A&W root beer. And I've held all root beer to that standard pretty much my entire life. Got to be thick. Got to be absolutely packed with flavor. The foam need never die down. For about 20 years, we had a A&W Long John Silver's combo restaurant in my, and I would always go to the A&W side, and I would always, like, when it first opened like a decade ago, you could actually get it, like they would give you these frosted glass mugs that you would turn back in after you were done. And if you got a root beer, like, get these frosted glass mugs, and they were huge, and you'd have like all the foam. Like they had like a fountain that they poured the lever and pour the root beer for you, and it was the type of root beer that I hold all root beer to this day. They recently got rid of the A&W side. I think A&W is actually going out of business as far as their restaurants is concerned. It's just a freestanding Long John Silver's now. Ironic. I thought that if one of those was going to disappear, it would have been the A&W. It would have been the Long John Silver side. But so there's truth to that meme that there is a secret society among us who is keeping Long John Silver's open. And I think that was proved when A&W walked away and gave Long John Silver's the rest of that combo restaurant. Like, I want to say last year, 2 years ago, when that happened. Yeah, high bar for sure. A&W is king. So, again, sorry, ADD, brain tangent. Let's go ahead and pop the top, give it the old sniff test, and let's see how this holds up to my personal root beer standard. Okay, all right, it smells good. It smells like a root beer, as it should. It passes that part of the test handily. Yep, strong scent. So off to a good start, but you know, let's see how it goes in practical execution. Nice. All right, give it the old pour. Uh-oh. A great start. Got it. Not very dark. A good root beer should not be this color. At least not this light of this color. Not a lot of foam. Look at how fast it dissipated. We're already not, I already can tell you this is not going to get 5 sips. I don't want to be mean about it, but don't. Let's taste it. Let's taste it and let's see how that's the only saving grace it's got right now. It smelled great. See how it tastes. Here's to you. Tastes good. It tastes like a root beer. Like a diet root beer. I got that watered down edge to it, but this is a robot. This is a prebiotic soda that is cosplaying as root beer. Not as strong as what I would expect a root beer to taste. It doesn't. It's not as dark as I would expect a root beer to look. No foam. No foam. As the kids say these days, no aura. Foam is the aura when you're looking at a root beer, and it had none. So 3 out of 5 sips. Easiest 3 out of 5 sips I've ever get. Easiest 3 out of 5 sips I've ever get. I think that's all I got to say about that one. It's imitation root beer, basically, is what it is. Long John Cabal. Yep. That's exactly what it is. Thinking about now because I want it to be summer, as do I. Wonder what summer Mountain Dew flavor will be released. Well, I think they'll try and do another one of those patriotic things. I don't know if they'll do it the same way they did last year because they released the red, the white, and the blue. But I haven't heard any specifics for any special summer flavors for Mountain Dew this year. Doesn't look good. I don't see the root there. There was none. There was no root. There's nothing keeping me rooted to this flavor. I'm probably going to promptly forget about it. That one I was disappointed in. Because like I said, I hold a very specific standard for root beer. And no. All right, y'all. Grand finale. Cherry Cola. I don't think I have particularly high hopes for it, but no. Cherry Cola is one of my favorite types of soda. Go ahead and pop the top. Give it the O-Sniff test. See what it tells us. Oh boy. Okay, so now this smells like cough syrup. This smells like cherry Dimetap or, Robitussin or something like that. Just off the bat. So not off to a great start. But the sniff test only gets us so far, so let's ice up. Let's try it. Oh no, look at that. That doesn't look... How does this have more foam than the root beer? How does this have more foam than the root beer? Look at this. Got more foam than the root beer. Not supposed to be like that. I will say it's got good carbonation. It's good carbonation. It should look like this. But the root beer should have looked better. The root beer should have had, like, the foam that didn't die for, like, the entire time I was drinking it. Not even close. Also, look, you can see right through it. Not very strong of a color. Now, granted, they don't add a lot of, artificial dyes in this. It's a healthier soda, so that's about what I would expect. But still, it doesn't really look all that cherry. Like, it's got a reddish tint to it, but it's more of a, kind of light brown kind of deal. Like a light reddish brown. But we have seen it. We've smelled it. Now it's time to see what it tastes like. For the last time in this stream, here's to you. Okay, so it doesn't taste bad at all. This doesn't taste like cough syrup, thankfully. Actually, I mean, it's obviously got sort of like that kind of watered down diet taste, like all of them do. But there's nothing really defining about it. There's a cherry flavor to it. Cherry flavor is very light. The soda itself is very light, refreshing. There's nothing particularly remarkable about it. Not bad. Doesn't have a bad flavor at all. Just very light flavor. I'm not really sure what else to say about it. It's kind of... bland, kind of boring almost. Like, flavor itself doesn't really do much for me other than the fact that it's got a light cherry taste. With all that light bitterness that comes with the extra vitamins in it. I think I would sell this one as more of an acquired. Like, you get used to it. If this is what you wanted to drink forever, like if you wanted to get off of, like the mainstream sodas, get rid of all the high fructose corn syrup and artificial dyes, you could adopt, this as a regimen. Regiment? No. You could adopt this as sort of like a replacement for that, but you'd have to get used to it. You'd have to get used to not tasting it not tasting as strong as what you're used to. I think I could say this for all these flavors. They try to advertise these prebiotic and probiotic sodas. It's the soda you grew up with. It's just healthy now. It's not. You have to make some compromises. You have to make some sacrifice. Flavor and color, carbonation. It's a healthier choice, sure. But as far as the flavor experience for this particular flavor is concerned, is a bit of a letdown. This is a bit of a disappointment because it just feels like it knew what it wanted to be, but then it stopped reading after the first chapter in the manual and said, I can do it. I can do it. I can take it from here. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and give the cherry cola 2.5 out of 5 sips. This one just feels disappointing. It feels like a letdown. Um, Even more so than the root beer because I wasn't actually expecting the root beer to, you know, I hold a standard for root beer that, you're either going to hit or you're not, you know. But for cherry cola, it's kind of one of those things where like, uh, you gotta, you could have done better. You could have done better, but for whatever reason, you didn't. Unfortunate, but yeah, 2.5 out of 5 sips on the cherry cola. I can't say that I didn't like it. It was okay, not great. All right, have a look at comments here. All the health sodas you've tried, does this line get top spot now, or is there another line that reigns supreme? This does not get top spot. No. No, right now the top spot as far as the healthier sodas I've tried, that's gonna stick with Rad from last year. Their flavors were a lot better. They were a lot better thought out. Um, they made a they made a ginger ale that I actually didn't hate. I don't like ginger ale. Ginger ale, ginger ale, ginger ale. Yeah, that's what it's called. I don't like it. And they made one that I didn't hate. Um, like a blind man reading. Are you feeling it? Eli in the house. What's up, dog? Um, Never made it as a blind man. Couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Anyway, um, yeah, I think Rad Soda from last year. Um, I did a regular video for that. I didn't do a live for that. They had 4 flavors and they were all pretty well thought out, I thought. No, this I would think, unfortunately, you know, I think what got them is they are actually like they're new, obviously, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like all of these flavors overall um, had an idea that they just didn't really flesh out all that. So overall, for the entire line, I'm gonna go ahead and give SunSip 3 out of 5 sips, and I think that's a good average. All of them. I don't think any of them got more than no. I think what did I give? I give the raspberry lemonade. Give that 3.5 out of 5 sips. I think that's the highest rated I gave out of this whole thing. So I think 3 out of 5 sips for the entire line. I think that's fair. I think overall for Rad, I gave them 4 out of 5 sips as an aggregate for all of their flavors. So yeah, I think that is where I'm gonna leave it for them is 3 out of 5 sips. And sure, I'll finish these up, but I don't think I'm gonna buy anymore. And I feel bad kind of for saying that because I understand that they're trying to put a product out into the market that is a good, decent, healthy alternative to mainstream soda. But here's my honest take on that. Like Ricky, drinking like vitamin water, I think like soda water, brands like sparkling water brands like Pop or not Poppy, a Bubbly, Roy. I think those do a better job of being a healthy soda alternative than a lot of these kind of prebiotic, probiotic sodas do. Call me crazy, yeah. That's because I know some people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's not the point." That's not the point of the prebiotic. They have vitamins and they have minerals and. I get that. I do. I understand that, and that's important to people. I get that. Um, Problem is when you have to make that many like sacrifices, when you have to make that many compromises with your soda, unfortunately, it shows. It shows, and the person buying them and drinking them also has to be the one to make a sacrifice. They have to be willing to accept that new soda that I have to drink for health reasons or just to be healthier is not going to be like the soda that I love. This is going to have to be my new normal, and it's going to take a while to get used to. And that's okay. That's okay because we should be making healthier choices. I say that as somebody who has struggled with my weight my entire life, and up and all the way through my 20s, I was like just addicted. Like it's all I drank was soft drinks. It was not good. Like I've mostly cut them out, a few a week plus whatever I try on camera for you guys. Because I actually do enjoy soft drinks and I think that it's a very it's a nice treat. Um but so I can understand why people want to try these. Are looking for a good alternative so that they can enjoying soft drinks when their doctor tells them they need to, start cutting back or whatever. Um So yeah, 3 out of 5 sips for the SunSip prebiotic soda line, and I don't regret trying them. I like to try them. Like to thank you guys for coming on the journey with me because, uh, you know, I don't know that I would try them on my own. You know, so that's gonna be what that's gonna be, and I'm satisfied with it, and I hope that you guys enjoyed the journey with me. So let me make sure I'm caught up on all comments, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and get out of here because, I mean, we've been streaming for a hot minute right now, for over an hour at this point. This is the longest stream I've ever done. Favorites. Kirkland. Here isn't my favorite. It's my mom's. Yeah, I mean, some people, everyone's got their favorite. We are 53 days from the first day of spring, and I am ready for it too. I'm looking forward. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. 3 out of 5 sips. That is my story, and I am sticking to it as far as uh, SunSip is concerned. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here and kind of finish these up throughout the course of the evening. I'm not just gonna, toss them all at once. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here and enjoy the rest of my Sunday evening. I hope you guys also have a great evening, and hopefully your work week coming up is, going to be as stress-free as possible and as profitable. Thanks again, y'all. Thanks again for coming on this journey with me. I will be picking up a couple of new flavors this week. So, we'll look forward. Hopefully, next weekend is the first weekend of February, and hopefully we'll get back to a regular posting schedule starting next weekend. So, thank you guys. You guys have an awesome week. We'll see you next time. Thanks, y'all.